Hey guys, welcome back to MU Sports TV, and this is where you get all the news concerning Manchester United. So guys, after about 2 weeks without club football returns this weekend, and we have a series of games lined up for us this weekend, both the Premier League, La Liga, Ligue 1, and all the leagues worldwide. And as far as Manchester United are concerned, I can say so far so good in the international stage regarding our players who have been representing their respective nations in this year's World Cup qualifying matches. And I can report to you that as of today, there have been no new injury concerned to report. And at the moment, I can say it's been a nice outing apart from Diego Dalot, who had to pull out of the Portugal squad after having some injury concerns, and he had to return back to Manchester. So he did not feature in any game for Portugal in the first international break of the season. But the rest of the players that represented their nations, there has been no reported injury concern. That Bruno Fernandes with Portugal, Ugarte with Uruguay. We have the like with the Netherlands. We have Ndonana going out to Strasbourg. So we have Brian Bomo with Cameroon. And so also Sesko with Slovenia. We have Dogo with Denmark. We have Casemiro with Brazil. So no injury concern. Also, we have Altibandir with Turkey, Lonioro presenting the France under 21. Mazraoui with Morocco, no injury concern. Amad Diallo with Cote d'Ivoire, yeah, so no injury concern to report, and that is a very good news. Although Brian Mbeumo is playing today for Cameroon, and we hope and wish him all the best, and we hope that he's gonna finish the game without any injury because we need him this weekend. Because guys, it is time for the Manchester Derby. Yeah, first derby of the season, the second derby of the year. Yep, if I'm not wrong, the first derby of the year we was a draw, nil draw if I'm not wrong, at Old Trafford. The second derby of the year, yeah, it's in days time, but it is the first derby of the season. So guys, the only injury concern that Amorim have or has heading to the Manchester Derby on Sunday is sweating on the fitness of Mateus Cunha, Mason Mount, and Diego Dalot heading into that game because I'm not sure of the there has been no official confirmation or update by Manchester United regarding the injury sustained by Diego Dalot, uh, and we hope it was just a precaution. Yes, nothing serious. And looking at our squad now, we only have 4 players with injury issues. We have Lisandro Martinez, who is battling his the ACL he got last year, or this year, if I'm not wrong, in early February, against Palace in February. Yeah. Mason Mount and Matheus Cunha also are having injury issues, but there have been a report that these guys might be back in time for to face Manchester City, but we don't know yet because we haven't seen any official images of them in training yet. But we have seen Matheus Cunha posting on his Instagram stories about his recovery, and can tell you by what I've seen from his recovery pictures, he might not be far away from return. If not this weekend, but he can return the game after. That's against Chelsea next weekend. But there are hopes that Matheus Cunha's injury was not serious. Also, Mason Mount's injury against Burnley was also not serious. It was just a precaution not to risk him because Mason Mount has suffered injury issues since his arrival from London. and it was just a precaution not to uh, cause more harm than already been caused as far as Mount was concerned. So Mason Mount, Mateus Cunha, there are reports these guys might be back in time to face Manchester City on Sunday. Whether they'll start or maybe they'll be on the bench, it remains a mystery, and only Ruben Amorim can solve that. And we wait to hear from him on Friday morning, where he will give an update regarding his squad, those who are available, those who will miss the game, and those who are back in training, or those who are back from injuries. That is Mateus Cunha, Mason Mount, Lisandro Martinez, and Diego Dalot. And he will give us a full update. And then Friday, I will update you on the team news according to Ruben Amorim's press. The moment it's just speculations here and there. You know how these things work in the social media. Every day, different news. Every day, different news from different sources with different scenarios, different rumors. And at the moment, just I can say speculations regarding the injuries sustained by Mount and Mateus Cunha. They are reporting that these guys might be available on Sunday. We hope that these news are true because, guys, we know that Matheus Cunha, since his arrival from Wolves, has been one of the best players so far, alongside Brian Mbomo. Also, Mason Mount, I think he has been on top. He has been on top, and he has given when Amorim a new headache, selection headache, because he has been really playing so well, and I was baffled. Why did he got subbed at halftime against Burnley? I was really furious and fuming until I learned that he had a knock and he had to be subbed off as a precaution measure. But at the moment, we have a strong squad. Andonana has left to join Trabzonspor. That's a tricky name. Yeah, he has left to join the team in Turkey. Not wrong, in the Turkish league, which I think that is the end of Andre Onana's career at Manchester United. I don't think there's a way back in at Manchester United as far as I am concerned. And that's it for Andre Onana having signed for United from Inter Milan 2 years ago. That is the end of his career. I don't think there's any way Onana can come back to this team after the end of his loan in Turkish league. I think he will explore the option that will be on this table regarding his career. But to say conclude, I think his career at Manchester United is done and dusted. Just to thank him for the saves and the clean sheets that he has gotten for us in his 2 year tenure at Manchester United. And this should be an example to the players who think that Manchester United is going to be the same team that we knew in the last 10 years since Fergie retired, where you can sign for Manchester United, you can play poorly and run out your contract. You can be given a 2-3 years contract extension without doing nothing. This need to change, and I'm happy that Omar Berrada has kept his words by saying that a player needs only 2 seasons to show his form or be sold. Yeah, because this has been an issue because we've been having a scenario where players are just here. Like there's no way we had Luke Shaw, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire. We had these players all still at Manchester United. How can we have a rebuild having the same players? This has been an issue that I think Ineos have done a great job trying to deal with this issue. And congrats to Ineos, congrats to Amorim for changing Manchester United. I know it won't be easy. Yeah, the change won't happen overnight. It will take time. And this time it is what we need to give Ruben Amorim. No matter how the media are going to talk about him, no matter how the media are going to crucify him, we need to give Amorim time as Manchester United, because I tell you what, he has started something great, and he needs time to complete the building and return Manchester United back to glory. That's why I've been saying Ruben Amorim needs to stay. No matter how people talk about how you are in 16th position last season, all this and that, but if you watch our games keenly, you will see that sometimes it is not Ruben Amorim. Sometimes it is, or most of the times, is the players who are not are doing what they're supposed to do. So, guys, the second biggest game of the season, after just match day 3, match day 4, we are entering our second biggest game of the season against Manchester City. After facing Arsenal in the first game of the season, we are now facing Manchester City away at the Etihad Stadium in the Premier League game week 4 or match week 4. A game where I think it's going to be interesting because City are currently 13th with 3 points. United are 8th or 9th with 4 points. 1 point the difference between United and City. The question is, do you think Amorim will pile more pressure on Guardiola, or Guardiola will pile more pressure on Ruben Amorim? It's a case where both managers are being questioned. Ruben Amorim being questioned, Guardiola also being questioned, and some of the City fans are calling for Guardiola to be sacked. And since he has done good job at the other side of Manchester, they are calling for him to resign and leave the club without being sacked. So I believe this is the first time we are going into Manchester Derby, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling that we can do it. So, do you think we have what it takes to take the 3 points on Sunday? I want to talk about the lineup that I think Ruben Amorim might decide to go with. We know after Nana has left to Turkish League on loan, we are now having we now have 3 goalkeepers in our disposal. We have Selamens, we have Altibandir, and we have Tom Heaton. Injury concern in our back four, only Dalo. Back three, only Dalo and Sandro Martinez are out. In attack, in mid, we have Mbeumo. Rather, we have Cunha and Mason Mount having their issues. So, let's say Mateus Cunha, Mason Mount, Diego Dalot, and Sandro Martinez won't make it against Manchester City. This is one of the things, the best lineup that Ruben Amorim can go with and take the 3 points away from Guardiola's hand. In goal, formation as usual, 3-4-2-1. In goal, I'd like to see a change in goal. And having spent around 18.3 million, I think in goal we should start with Shane Lamens. Yeah, I think we can. Amorim should start him straight away, give him the nod to build his confidence, like City have done with Trafford. Although with the arrival of Donnarumma, there might be competition, and that is what we need. We have Lamens, we have Bandir. So I think Bandir should start, or rather, Lamens should start ahead of Bandir. The back three, don't change it. The back three should be Lenny Oro, Luke Shaw, and Matthias de Ligt. Mazrui, after coming from injury, don't rush him yet. He came on as a sub in the second half against Burnley and he did quite well. But still, I don't think he should be started because you don't want to risk any more injuries. Start the back three, the Luke Shaw, Matthias de Ligt, and Lenny Yoro. Right wing back, give it to Amad Diallo Traore. Left wing back is Patrick Dogu. The midfield two, this is where there have been a lot of debate, but currently I think Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro are there. Mainus there. Ugarte is there. With the arrival of Cunha and Bomo, Bruno had to drop down in midfield two because Bruno must always start a game. So with now Cunha out and Mason Mount also out, I think Bruno Fernandes will be a bit higher in midfield. That means the midfield two of Mainu and Casemiro against Manchester City will do. Yeah. So now with Cunha out, Mount out, I think now Bruno Fernandes will take the Cunha place, and then Ben Mbomo should start as well in this position as a right midfielder, Bruno Fernandes as a left midfielder and striker, none other than Benjamin Sheshko. So, Sean Lamens, Lenny Yoro, Matthias de Ligt, Luke Shaw, Patrick Dogu, Ahmad Diallo Traore, Kobe Mainu, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Brian Mbeumo, and Benjamin Sesko. The first 11 I want to see against Manchester City if Cunha, Mount won't be available. So I've made a prediction of lineup where by Cunha, Mount won't be available, or maybe they'll be on the bench. But even if they're available, I don't think they will start straight away. So basically, this might be potential first 11 that Ruben Amorim might go with against the Citizens on Sunday. Guys, we can do it. As I was saying, this is the first time in over years now. Yeah, I think more than 13 years since Fergie died. This is the first time I'm heading into a derby without any without any stress. First of all, Manchester City are not in their best form. Second thing, we have players that can cause problems, and we have seen how we can play against the big teams and we can get the job done. So if we can just finish those chances well, we are going to win against Man City. That's why I'm telling you guys I'm having that high hope, and the first time in over a decade now, I'm heading into a derby without any pressure, without being nervous. I'm confident, guys. We should be confident. We can go there and get the 3 points. We did it last season. The last time City beat us in the league, I think the 2 seasons ago. So in our last 4 games, we played 2 last year in the league. We played 2 in the cup, the FA Cup and the Community Shield. In these last 4 encounters against the Citizens, we haven't lost in 90 minutes. We won against them in the FA Cup final. We lost on penalties after 1-1 draw in the Community Shield, a game where we should have won easily. Somehow Rashford didn't want to score and we lost. Sancho didn't want to take his penalty and we lost. So we lost on penalties. So we went ahead last season and won 2-1 at the Etihad Stadium. Goals from Bruno Fernandes and Ahmad Diallo Traore. And I think the second leg we drew 0-0 if I'm not wrong. So last 4 games we haven't lost in 90 minutes against Manchester City. That's what we need, encouragement. So that's what I'm saying. For the first time in over a decade now, I am really confident while facing Manchester City, because I know, guys, we can go there and cause them problems and we can win. A win against Manchester City will move us to 7 points after 4 games. So we need to do it on Sunday. We need to support our players, and Ruben Amorim needs to select his best ever first 11 because the season has started. We don't want to be in the same position we were last season, and don't want to miss out on European football again next season. At the moment, we will not play any cup games until January. So what more excuse? We are out of the Carabao Cup. We are not in Europa League, Conference League, or UCL. It's only the Premier League, which means we'll be playing maybe once a week. So we need to be serious in the league, and we need to take advantage of our opponents' fatigue and tiresome legs. We need to win games, and we need to start winning games. And now we won 3-2 against Burnley at Old Trafford. We're now heading to our neighbors at the City to face them on Sunday, first derby of the season, and I am confident we are going to get the job done. 3 points are coming back to Old Trafford as we wait to face Chelsea will be a massive boost. Thanks for watching, guys.